The storm was relentless, pounding the streets of Houston with torrential rain. Lightning illuminated the skyline, and thunder rolled through the city like cannon fire. Amid the chaos, a lone figure stood on the edge of an overpass, his silhouette stark against the flashes of light. His name was Eric, and he was ready to end it all. Eric had once been a promising young engineer. He'd worked on cutting-edge projects, dreaming of one day changing the world with sustainable technologies. But dreams have a way of shattering when life's pressures become insurmountable. A layoff from his job at a prestigious tech firm, mounting debts from medical bills, and the recent death of his wife, Sarah, in a car accident had left him broken. The man who had once dreamed of the stars now found himself teetering on the edge of despair. The rain soaked through his thin jacket, chilling him to the bone. Below, the highway was slick with rainwater, cars slicing through the downpour like blades. Eric gripped the railing, his knuckles white. He closed his eyes, letting the storm envelop him, drowning out the noise of his thoughts, the echoes of his past life. But then, through the rain came the unmistakable hum of a Tesla. The sleek electric car slowed as it approached the overpass, its headlights cutting through the gloom. It came to a stop and the driver's door opened. Out stepped a man who seemed as though he belonged on a magazine cover, not in the middle of a storm. His face was instantly recognizable. Elon Musk. Elon had been on his way back from an event at the SpaceX launch facility. The storm had forced him to take an unexpected detour through the city. He might have kept driving if not for the faint silhouette of a man on the overpass that caught his eye. Something about the way Eric stood, motionless in the storm, had compelled Elon to stop. "Hey!" Elon called out, his voice cutting through the rain. "What are you doing up there?" Eric flinched, startled. He turned his head slightly but didn't answer. His grip on the railing tightened. Elon moved closer, his leather jacket already drenched. "Listen, I don't know what you're going through, but whatever it is, jumping won't fix it." Eric finally spoke, his voice hoarse and trembling. "You don't know anything about me. You don't know what I've lost." "You're right," Elon said, his tone calm but firm. "I don't. But I've lost things too. People. Dreams. I know what it's like to feel like you're at the end of the line." Eric turned to face him fully now, rain streaming down his face like tears. "What do you know about losing? You're Elon Musk, billionaire, genius, the guy who wants to colonize Mars. You've got everything." Elon's expression softened, a flicker of pain crossing his face. "I've had days when I didn't know if I'd make it. There were times when I was so broke I had to sleep on friends' couches. I've been told I was crazy, that my ideas were impossible. But none of that compares to losing people I loved. My first child," his voice caught slightly, the personal loss he rarely spoke about surfacing. Eric stared at him, his resolve faltering. "I can't fix this," he whispered. "I can't bring her back." Elon nodded, stepping closer. "No, you can't, and I'm not here to tell you it'll stop hurting, but I can promise you one thing. If you give up now, you'll never know what else might be waiting for you." The rain poured harder, but the world seemed quieter somehow. Eric's hands slipped from the railing, and he stepped back onto solid ground. He sank to his knees, sobbing, the weight of his grief pouring out of him. Elon crouched beside him, placing a steady hand on his shoulder. "You don't have to do this alone," Elon said. "There's help out there, and I'll make sure you get it." True to his word, Elon didn't leave Eric's side that night. He made calls, arranging for a counselor to meet them at a nearby shelter. He stayed until Eric was safely inside, wrapped in a dry blanket and speaking with someone who could help him navigate his pain. The encounter, captured by a passing motorist, quickly went viral. The world saw Elon Musk not just as a tech mogul, but as a man willing to stop in the pouring rain to save a life. For Eric, it was the beginning of a long journey, one of healing, rebuilding, and rediscovering the spark he thought he'd lost forever. Months passed, and with the support from counseling, Eric began to heal. The attention from his story brought both scrutiny and opportunities. Elon's involvement led to the creation of Starlight, a foundation aimed at supporting mental health in the tech community. Eric was one of its first beneficiaries, receiving scholarships for further education and mental health support. Elon and Eric kept in touch, with Elon mentoring Eric, not just in business but in personal resilience. One day, Elon invited Eric to SpaceX, where he contributed to a project on sustainable energy solutions for disaster recovery. This project was Eric's redemption arc, allowing him to use his engineering skills for communal good, echoing his late wife Sarah's passion for community service. The project was a success, leading to a pilot program in Houston. Here Eric met Maya, a biologist working on urban green spaces, who had her own story of loss and recovery. Together they started a new venture, combining technology and biology to make cities more resilient and livable, a tribute to both their pasts. Years passed and Eric's life took on new dimensions. His work with Maya led to significant advancements in urban ecosystems, helping cities like Houston recover from natural disasters more efficiently while enhancing living conditions. They named their company Resilient Futures, focusing on sustainable urban development. Their innovations included smart water management systems, green roofs, and community gardens that not only beautified urban areas, but also served as buffers against environmental challenges. Eric's journey also took him back to public speaking, where he shared his story, not just of survival, but of transformation. His talks became popular, touching on themes of resilience, the importance of mental health, and the power of second chances. He became an advocate for those in the tech industry, speaking at universities and tech conferences about the importance of balancing innovation with personal well-being. Meanwhile, the Starlight Foundation grew, with branches opening up across the country, offering support, workshops, and resources for those in the tech sector dealing with mental health issues. Elon remained involved, often citing Eric's story as a pivotal moment in his life, one that reminded him of the human element behind technology. Eric and Maya eventually married, their partnership in life mirroring their professional collaboration. Their first child was named Sarah, in memory of Eric's late wife, symbolizing new beginnings and the continuation of love and legacy. As the years went by, Eric's impact extended beyond his immediate projects. He began mentoring young engineers, particularly those from underprivileged backgrounds, helping them navigate the tech world with a focus on mental health and sustainability. He wrote a book, From Despair to Innovation, detailing his journey and offering insights into overcoming personal and professional setbacks. The story of Eric and Elon became legendary, not just for its dramatic encounter, but for the profound change it inspired. It was a reminder to all that even in the darkest storms, there could be moments of light, human connection, and the possibility of a new path forward. Decades later, when reflecting on his life, Eric would often say, "That night on the bridge wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of a different journey. One where I learned that sometimes the universe sends us help in the most unexpected forms." However, the story didn't end with Eric. His influence spread through his family, his mentees, and the community at large. Sarah grew up inspired by her father's story, eventually leading Resilient Futures into new ventures in space sustainability, partnering with SpaceX to design habitats for lunar and Martian colonies. Eric's legacy was not just in what he built, but in how he lived, showing that personal transformation can lead to societal change. His life became a testament to the idea that from the depths of despair, one can rise to create hope, innovation, and a more compassionate world.